Hello class, here I am with Professor Ana Davila. She teaches at Ferry State University Spanish classes, maybe some of you know her. Um, and I've asked Ana for some of her knowledge to share with us about some tips that you guys can put into practice if you ever enter into any negotiations in Latin America. Anna, thank you beforehand for your input and for sharing and having this time with us.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
So, Anna, could you please share some personal experience or input on do's and don'ts about interacting in Latin America?
Well, definitely things that you should um, do is not to expect for your clients or your business partners to be on time. Expect them to arrive from 5 to 15 minutes late.
Okay.
It's a common practice. And another thing, once you start the meeting or the meeting, don't expect or don't go directly to the business. Try to have a little conversation, and a safe topic could be about the family and children and what the person did the previous day or earlier or whatever.
Never crossing too much that line of getting too personal, but always display that you care
about the person. And those are safe topics, as I say, family, spouses, children, sports, and things like that, just to break the ice and that make that person feel comfortable and welcome, and that you care about him. We are very personable group. And another thing is when you meet for the first time, expect to be hugged.
Okay.
And hug back. We like that personal touch, and we're very warm people, so that is very common in our culture. And those are things
that is a really great input, and everyone that is in our class will really appreciate to know that, because sometimes a little bit of getting a little personal with a hug, it just means that you are welcome and
that you welcome that person, and that
Exactly.
person welcome you.
Exactly. And another question that I wanted to ask you is, we reviewed about the history of Latin America, and we've seen that in the colonial times, the social stratification was very deep. Would you say that has changed, or in some ways there's still gaps between social classes?
They have changed, obviously, but not that much. And definitely, I think that speaking from my country and maybe Spain, and I have talked with you about Ecuador, there is definitely some gaps between the social levels. In my country, we have a large middle class, and usually, wherever you go to school, that tells you where you're coming from. It tells a lot about your background, your parents, your family, and depends on the school. Also, there are some differences. And usually, if you have money, you usually send your kids to private schools.
Exactly.
And there are some schools that are better in science, for example. Other schools that are their reputation is for math. Other schools, because they have very good bilingual programs, so the students finish being completely bilingual. So all those things that the lower class, the poor people, cannot afford, is mainly rich or upper middle class. So that tells a lot of where you're coming from. Yeah.
Right. And as we talked before, we said that family is one of the main, the important factors of Latin American people. So parents make their best efforts to send their kids to the best
to
schools.
those schools.
And at the end that shows, if that family, they work for their children and their values. Our group and our class, we're very thankful about your input.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Anna.
Uh-huh.